Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show.
Fighting against Gladiator isn't good, bruv. The AI is all wonky. That's what a lot of people are saying at the moment. Let's look into it. New Google Play Points deals are available, so let's check them out, see how good they are, or bad they are. Will kabam increase glory caps as well as other caps for this new enlistment crystal, as a lot of players are talking about how they've got this bug. It's a really annoying bug. And so much more. Yes, hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the MCN for Monday. And yes, this is the Magneto helmet. Because it's so low down, I feel like Juggernaut. I've actually got to stick in some pads in order to make it, well, look normal. More normal. Acceptable, like this. Until then, it'll probably sit up there and have to like redo the background configuration. I wasn't as impressed. Funny enough, a lot of reviews currently online, not everybody was impressed by it. In any case, enough about me and me helmet. Look, we're going to talk about some Marvel Contest of Champions related topic, information, news, all those particular things. First of all, starting off with Alliance War. So, as a lot of you have seen the in-game message talking about matchmaking going into a maintenance period on Monday the 11th, which weirdly enough is when Incursions is back, and you know we've got this week of Battlegrounds. Anyways, whatever. The fact is, we have got to consider we're still in Alliance War season. So how does this all affect things? Because technically, aren't we about to matchmake for a new, or the last? I think it's the last. Is it the last? It may be the last Alliance Wars of season 43, because we're still in full swing of the season. So that's a question that was posed to kabam, and they do respond. Kabam Jack saying it is a short downtime of matchmaking from the game team. We're past the matchmaking window for Alliance Wars, and players would already be in matches. Are they? Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, look, my particular, we're in an Alliance Wars match at the moment. It'll probably end about UK time 7 PM, and then it's like, well, is it just before or just be after the when the schedule? I don't know. It kind of feels it'd be very tight if that's the case. But, you know, stranger things have happened. We studied the window because AQ doesn't use matchmaking. BG is off season. Early risers will find Incursions won't connect. But that's why we're doing it that early, and it's because the Incursion milestones, the top zone stuff, goes out later that day. Okay, well that's why. It should be short, likely less than an hour. So okay, so it might not have an impact on the season. So that's good news. Now we've got to move on to an enlistment crystal error. So some of you may have seen this particular error right here. Let's blow it up on screen. It looks a little bit like this. Okay, so having this particular error, why is this happening? What is the problem? Well, the problem is you're not able to get anything from it, or what seems to be getting anything from it, which is an issue. It's an annoyance. But it's an annoyance because of hoarding currency. For a lot of players, there is going to be a amount that you'll only be able to hold when it comes to your glory and other types of currencies as well, but it's mainly glory that's affected here. You could also say that if there was something with victory shields, if there was, signet shuffles, that's another thing as well. Are they called signets or shuffles, whatever they're called? The reshuffler for Battlegrounds, kind of like drafting. That's got a limit to it. It's got a cap to it. I'm not talking about the one Infinity War or World War II. But look, it's annoying if you open up a lot of these enlistment crystals and go into yourself, oh, hang on a minute. Like, I can only hold a certain amount. Even from a boost perspective, there's only a certain amount you can hold before they go into your stash. Which isn't always great when you're like, well, I don't plan to do this particular content, so it's going to stay in my stash or expire, depending on the length of time it's going to be in there for. So that can be seen a bit of annoyance, kind of a bit of a frustration, to say the least. So yeah, seeing red pop up all the time in this particular error is annoying. But it's more annoying because if for whatever reason one particular currency is over the volume, so glory for example, it will affect you being able to properly open this crystal. And I wonder whether or not, and people will say, well, don't hoard so much glory. Well, sometimes it's making a decision, innit? And depending on the volume. And that's one thing as well, like I haven't spent a lot of my glory. I should spend it before the AQ cycle ends, because with this new enlistment crystal, you don't know how much more glory you might have. You might have to, before the rewards go up for the AQ cycle, spend all your glory so you don't get overstocked. In any case, what have kabam got to say about this? Well, Jack says, this is an error, our game team is aware aware of it, and it appears that they are in the process of pushing a fix. So this might be fixed. Do bear in mind that this was posted on September 8th. September 8th was the Friday. So it may be a case that it was either fixed at the point of this video going live, or it's a case that this will be fixed soon. They found it occurred when summoners received glory from the crystal, but their glory cap was full. Hope that helps. Just depends on where that glory goes, because the problem is, if it's still going to overcap on glory, then that is an issue, because it's got a limit to it, unless they give the glory and put it into like an overspill somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, and that's the other thing of like people that have had this error, like it doesn't say like what happens to them already. That's a bit of a weird one. Time to increase glory cap. I don't think kabam will, but yeah, be wishful thinking on that one. So yeah, unsure about this. Are you still experiencing this issue? Put in a comment section about it. Be interesting to find out. And yeah, does this mean that you get to keep the crystal and can open it again after using some glory, or is the crystal lost? So that's there's still fundamental questions to answer. And now we've got to move on to new Playpoint deals being added to the Playpoint store. These are some fun little deals that kind of added it. Like if you're a spender in the game and you want to get some extras, play points are kind of like one way to kind of like do that. If you save it, if you spend a certain amount, you get play points. If you do certain actions, a lot of the time you can get some extra play points. But in any case, largely you get a large amount from spending. So yeah, I mean, look at this. Like right up here, there's an offer saying $20 off order of $35 or more on Instacart. So I don't know if it's a case of like if you do your shopping via it, then you can get points. Obviously this is all about getting an offer, but what I'm saying is that it could work vice versa. I don't know, because I don't spend at all, so you know, it's depending on what's on offer. But in any case, what can your points get you? Well, of course, Cavalier Nexus bundle, which is 200 units and a Cavalier Nexus, so that's cool. Advanced unit bundle, 275 units to acquire useful resources and items in the contest, so that's advanced unit bundle as well. There's also Grandmaster Nexus crystal, which you can get for 50 play points. Got an ISO bundle, Cavalier Nexus, well, we've seen Cavalier Nexus bundle. The Grandmaster Nexus has got guarantees 3 to 5 star, so yeah. Essential unit bundle, 135 units. Useful resources items in the contest, 250 play points. And what else we got? Oh, premium hero booster, 1000 play points, get 10 premium crystals, prem crystals, which can award you a 2-star blah 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 blah, energy refills as well, and boosts. So that's all of them right there. So I think those are updated. We haven't seen anything when it comes to, sometimes we do see what is it, like gifting crystal, like banquet crystal. So it's maybe a case we see that this year, and whether or not kabam would kind of rerun that one. But still, it's good to see there's been some kind of like improvement ones, and odd to see like what is it, the ISO one? Yeah, there's like there's gold and ISO bundle. There's a ton of like ones of different kind of variations. Some have been updated. Some are, I want to say, yeah, no, some have been updated, because I don't think things like the units plus the Cavalier Nexus are in there. So look, there's some spicy stuff on offer if you want to spend your play points. Is it as spicy as say previously? Again, down to the court of MCOC opinion on that one. But good to know that there's kind of newer ones being added in, new deals, new bundles, and I hope kabam continue to kind of like interact with play points in the future. Now we move on to something that's first of all, I looked at this and thought, oh, there must be something weird going on. Maybe like, you know, is this down to like user error and stuff? But when I experienced on Saturday playing against Gladiator, the event quest isn't too bad, but the Gladiator Gauntlet, so the final tier 9, so to kind of give you an example, this particular fight, or this particular fight here, the side quest Gladiator, that one right there, I was like, the AI is a bit wonky and weird. And when I say wonky and weird, it's hard to really fully describe it, because if you want to describe it for kabam, it's like I would say to tell kabam, it's animations. It's animations and coding for the purpose of movements. So how the AI is coded to a point of going, why is it idling like that and standing just passively, oddly, and it's weird. it's really weird. And that's the thing, like, as Madman Marvin says, I'm not saying he's too hard. He's not. The pace of the fighting him is just bad. It's clunky. It's like the whole fight is in sand. So that's an odd thing. And maybe that's getting down to, like, the movements of it. My nuts! Which is a great name, by the way. Says, I'm usually one of the first to push back on posts like this because of the time it could be a kit interaction, like spot blocking a lot, for example. But for this one, it's so bad. Doing the runs of tier 9 was torture. It wasn't even hard. Gladiator just has the worst AI in a game as ever seen. I've even tried infuriating him, and it was still really weird. I use Agent Venom Trinity, had him down in 28 seconds. That's not the point, isn't it? That's what I'm talking about. People aren't saying he's hard. What we're saying is just like, it's just weird. It's like Arena AI in the first kind of like couple of streaks. You know, where the AI is just like, you know, it's you swipe back and the AI is there like, go that way, stop, and you go towards it and it's like, oh, I'll do a block, and then it's like idling back again and it's like not doing anything, and you go towards it and it just goes block. But it's like, it's so idlingly passive and weirdly defensive. I can't even properly describe it. I'm sure somebody more eloquently would describe it, but it's like, yeah, the AI is generally miserable. I'm usually the last person to complain about AI issues, but this Gladiator fight has him acting so sporadic. I think that's a good way to describe it, and it's a pretty better one. Tier 9 Gladiator is supposed to be aggressive, yet he was so passive. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, I guess it's different. I mean, look, I'm sure people out there would probably like say it's fine, but again, it's like people aren't saying it. Yeah. Can anyone upload a tech vid? Oh, that's something completely different. I think that he's not actually a good defender, so just keep pushing him to the SP2 and it becomes so much more smoother. That's right, yeah. I suppose if you get clipped by the SP2 and you get Incinerate, then it can be a bit of a problem. But anyway, yeah, no. His move set isn't even hard to counter, but why does he have an aggressive node on when the AI is clearly passive? That's another way to kind of better describe it right there. Yeah. Oh, that's it. This is probably going to be good. Exactly. He keeps walking towards me and waiting instead of dashing, then randomly throwing a heavy. It's completely unpredictable. I can't imagine what his AI is like without the aggressive node. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I didn't think the event quest was that bad. But saying that, I just spent a lot of time trying to experiment with that Lil Steve kind of thing. So, I don't know. Thoughts in the comment section about this one. Thoughts. Do you think this is, yeah, wonky AI? It's a bit of a weird one. Right, and we end the show by talking about arena results and predictions for Xerxes and for Viv Vision. So the only results that we got so far, and do bear in mind, I do record this on the Sunday evening UK time, so we do have about 4 hours for people to kind of trickle in some results. Unfortunately, but fortunately as well, some great people on Discord, on the community tab, and as well on Twitter give the information. So we've got ourselves 81 mil for 29th position for Xerxes, 81st position, 58 mil, and then we're going into Viv Vision, 43 mil for position 66, 42 mil. So like quite a sizable change right there, just for 1 mil. It's getting a 6-star. So I'll go with a prediction for round 2 as being 50 mil for Xerxes 6-star, 25 mil for the 5-star version. 30 mil for Viv Vision 6-star, that may be downgraded, or maybe around about like higher, maybe like 32 mil possibly with that. It's hard to say. Like, I think a lot more people were interested in farming and grinding, sorry, for Viv Vision, and then 30 mil for the 5-star. Kind of feel that's kind of how it's going to go, but we'll see with the full results out, and we'll be retweeting that when it does come out as well. Thanks as well to everyone that supports the channel as a YouTube member and as a Patreon. Also, those that support on Twitch.tv/RichTheMan live because I can't speak properly. Got lots more videos coming out later on, probably a dissection of incursions, new incursion rooms and setup, and see how it is with a new Deadpool theme, as well as battlegrounds, you know, decent champions to look out for. In any case, see you soon. Cheers, bye-bye.